over the next decade. Holder spoke at the annual National Urban League Convention in Philadelphia.
It is the duty of today's Justice Department to continue monitoring jurisdictions around the country for changes that may hamper these voting rights.
Last month, just hours after the Supreme Court ruling, Texas became the first state to react by immediately implementing its new voter ID law. But Holder cited another court decision that found the Texas legislature's congressional redistricting plan discriminated against Latino voters.
In that ruling, the court noted that the parties, and I quote, this is what the court said, the parties provided more evidence of discriminatory intent than we have space or need to address here. This is a federal court that said that.
In Texas, reaction was sharp. Republican Governor Rick Perry branded Holder's move as an end run around the Supreme Court. He said, quote, once again, the Obama administration is demonstrating utter contempt for our country's system of checks and balances, not to mention the U.S. Constitution. And Republican Senator John Cornyn accused the White House of bullying his state, not to protect voters, but for partisan political purposes.
Part of the long-term strategy of this administration is to try to turn Texas blue. And so they're engaging in this kind of bogus political activity to try to raise concerns with regard to things like minority voting that simply aren't supported by the evidence. And I think this is to create a false impression that somehow minority rights are not being protected, which they are.
Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz was also critical, accusing the Attorney General of politicizing the Justice Department. Cruz said, quote, Holder's refusal to accept the judgment of the U.S. Supreme Court regarding preclearance continues the department's long-standing pattern of refusing to follow the law.
The controversial Houston-based voter fraud group True the Vote went even further. It promises legal action. It says this is the same Justice Department that, quote, criminalizes journalism and fails to prosecute IRS agents. As for Mr. Holder, he promises even more actions on voting issues in other states. Brett?
Eric Shawn live in Philadelphia. Eric, thank you.